Demonstrative adjectives in Spanish are adjectives that are used to indicate a specific word or precisely determine what something is. In English, it's very easy to decide on these adjectives because you have only two primary words that determine something. And these words are this and that. And if you want to pluralize them, this becomes these and that becomes those. In Spanish, you have the same concept along with a bit more variety, gender, and plurality. In Spanish, this would be este, masculine, and esta, feminine, and that would be ese, masculine, and esa, feminine. It's really tempting to say esto or eso because the feminine version ends in a, so you want to put an o for the masculine adjectives. However, Spanish does have these words, esto and eso, but these are adjectives that have the neuter gender, meaning that you don't know if these adjectives refer to something masculine or feminine. Roughly 80% of the time, you would use these words in sentences like ¿qué es esto? Or ¿qué es eso? Meaning what is this or what is that? These are simple sentences to remember whenever you decide to speak Spanish. Additionally, you can also use these words for making sentences that have generalizations, such as this is for everybody, esto es para todos. And the same concept applies to eso and any continuation that you want to say. Overall, you just have to remember that este and ese are masculine and esta and esa are feminine. If you want to pluralize them both, este and esta become estos and estas, and ese and esa become esos and esas. Visually looking at the syntax, the plurality for esta and esa is very simple because all you do is put an s at the end of the adjectives, but for este and ese, the ending changes to estos and esos, and that's the only tough part to remember. And also, remember to not put accents on esta and estas, because if you do, you will have different words. Additionally, Spanish also has these words, aquel and aquella, both of which mean that as in something that's over there. If you want to pluralize them, aquel becomes aquellos and aquella becomes aquellas. Even though this demonstrative adjective is used less than the others, it's actually helpful to say in some cases. But moreover, it's important to just know these words and understand when to use them. Regarding examples, you can use este and ese with masculine nouns like este libro and esta casa. You can use ese and esa with feminine nouns like ese curso and esa mesa, and if you want to pluralize any of them, you would have estos libros, estas casas, esos cursos, and esas mesas. Using these demonstrative adjectives, you can actually make many sentences with them, especially when you're trying to determine something, and once you have enough practice, you'll find these words to be very useful and practical. This has been Demonstrative Adjectives in Spanish. Thank you for watching this video, and hopefully I made your learning just a bit simpler.